Hey, this is Zach with musclesandveggies.com, and today I wanted to talk about time-restricted feeding to burn fat and sleep better. So as always, consult with your doctor before implementing any dietary changes or changing any medications or any of the above. Just basically here to share with you the research that I found on time-restricted feeding. So what is time-restricted feeding? Basically, it's just consuming all your calories in a window of opportunity. And then you're starting another window that's your fasting window. So we're taking advantage of the benefits of feeding and we're taking advantage of the benefits of fasting. This has been found to optimize your circadian rhythm, which will optimize your sleep and recovery, but also really lets your body metabolize fat in a strong way and will protect against diabetes and insulin resistance. So I was really intrigued by this when I found a study by Dr. Satchin Panda. And Dr. Panda took two different groups of mice. He put one of them on an 8-hour feeding window and one of them could eat on a 24-hour feeding window. The interesting part was he put them all on the same amount of calories. And what he found was that the mice on the 8-hour feeding window, they had lower blood sugar, they had lower body fat, they had lower cholesterol, all their biomarkers were way better. And they slept better, they got better recovery. This has also been effective in studies in humans with diabetes. Basically, I had another video that I showcased 2 large meals versus 6 small meals and the implications in reversing diabetes, and their biomarkers improved dramatically by eating in a smaller feeding window. Time-restricted feeding balances and regulates our circadian rhythm, which helps us with better sleep. Now, based on light exposure, we have a circadian clock that dictates our hormones. I also have a video that explains light exposure and how it affects our hormones, so you can check that out as well on this channel. Studies have shown that we are more insulin sensitive earlier in the day. Therefore, we can reduce our blood sugar response by eating the bulk of our calories earlier rather than later. In this 2015 study by Dr. Satchin Panda, 8 overweight participants decided to enter into this experiment eating in a 10 to 11 hour window. Basically, they ate this for 16 weeks and they lost 4% body fat during this time and held it off for up to 1 year, but they also reported improved sleep at night and elevated alertness during the day. It's pretty clear there's a circadian advantage to this. If you look at shift workers, they have the highest incidence of diabetes and obesity and cancer and things of that nature. Now, just so you understand this, insulin is produced in the fed state. It's designed to store energy in the cell. Glucagon is designed to take energy out of the cell. So when insulin outweighs glucagon in the fed state, fat burning is held to a minimum. Now, in the fasted state, glucagon outweighs insulin, therefore making fat burning optimal. In fancy words, glucagon upregulates lipolysis. We want this. So when insulin is low and glucagon outweighs insulin, we are pulling lipids out of the cell and burning them for fuel. So it's really simple. If I'm a diabetic or I'm insulin resistant or I want to lose some weight, I just optimize my fasting window to get the most out of this benefit. So at this point, you may be saying, okay, I get it. I see the data. How do I implement time-restricted feeding in my daily routine? Super simple. Start with a 12-hour window. If you consume your calories from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you can get massive benefits just out of this, okay? That means no calories after your fasting window begins. As this gets easier, you get more used to it. Start shortening until you get down to a 6 to 8 hour window of eating. You don't have to change your dietary approach for this. I personally think the low carb diet works the best, simply because the more fat adapted you become, the easier the fasting window is and the less you have to deal with carb cravings and things like that. So if you're diabetic, or maybe you're watching this and you're wondering, how do I really get some advice on implementing this, reach out to me at musclesandveggies.com. Email me your questions, your comments. We do weekly consulting as well, so you can check into that. Thank you guys for watching very much. Hope you learned something about this. If you did, hit the like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel for more information like this. Thanks for watching. This is Zach with musclesandveggies.com.